Earlier I shared my thoughts on the German-made Eckler Eagle door mount. I now will be doing the same for the South African-made Gimpro door mount. This comes in at around a little less than 9,900 South African rands. It's already been assembled. It has already been attached to the side of the car. I'm not going to spend much time on explaining how this is done. There is a useful 10-minute video prepared by the manufacturers of the Gimpro which explains in detail how this is done. I should just say that the mounting system, you'll notice, is very different from the Eagle. This has two brackets either side of the mount which clasp onto the two sides of the door. What you'll also notice here is that these brackets have got leather cladding on the inside to protect the bodywork of your car. Just for double safety, I've placed an additional strip here of duct tape just for peace of mind. Just a word of warning about the assembly of the mount and its position on the door. Some cars like mine have a front mirror that can fold back. Just make sure that there is enough space between this particular lever here and the front mirror. I will just press a button here which shows that my mirror can close. Just make sure that there is enough space between these two for this to happen. The Gimpro comes with an arm that can swivel, as I'm showing here, and it is onto this particular arm that you attach all of your cameras. At the bottom comes this attachment plate. There are grooves cut in the sides of this arm. You simply place the device down and attach it. This is a 3/8 inch bolt to which I will attach my leveling head. What I'm going to do is simply remove this, attach it to the leveling head, and then put my entire apparatus onto this arm. So I'm going to do that now. Here is my fluid head, and underneath that is the leveling head, which I discussed in my earlier video. So I'm just going to attach this base plate. Simple matter of turning that on till it's secure, and I'll slip this on to the arm, tighten this, and there is my fluid head, leveling head, secured to the arm. You'll notice that the arm has the advantage that it swivels, so you can in fact position your leveling head in a number of places. I'll say more about this a little later. Let me, as a final step, attach my camera. Which I've done here. And there we are good to go. There is a potential difficulty with this particular mount that I must mention, and it relates to the effectiveness of these attaching brackets, and in particular how effective they are at attaching to a car door with an angular side, which mine has over here. You'll notice that this slopes quite steeply, and this means that the bracket over here has a tendency to slip downwards. Now the Gimpro mount does come with a small clip, which again its use is illustrated in the 10-minute video that I referred to earlier, which is intended to stop this bracket from creeping downwards. In the case of my door, which has quite an extreme angle, this particular method did not work. It didn't prevent the bracket from slipping downwards. I think this is a unique problem with my particular vehicle because of its very angular door. I've looked at the doors of other vehicles, Toyota Prado, Toyota Fortuner, and Land Rovers, where the side of the door is far less angular, and this particular problem doesn't arise. So I needed to find a solution to stop this from slipping, and what I did was come up with a supporting strap with a clasp on the end, and what I did was I placed this clasp over the rails that I have here, the roof rails. This particular strap that I had with me wasn't quite long enough, so I needed to extend it with a cable tie. And what I did was I threaded the end of this around one end of the door mount, as I've done here, and then simply tighten the strap, as I will do now. And having done so, this secured the door mount. A disadvantage of this, of course, is that you'll do this inside of the car, in which case you can't open the door like this, but opening it, of course, is a simple matter. I just pressed this, removed the bracket, and I could open the door. It took a few seconds. So with this particular mechanism in place, I found that there was absolutely no slippage at all. Driving 8 hours on a bumpy dirt road, this particular mount remained perfectly in place. But as I've said, I think the need for this particular support is peculiar to my car because of the shape of the size of the door, and I haven't tried this on other vehicles, but I suspect that this problem won't arise with them. So I've mentioned a potential difficulty with Gimpro mount insofar as my car is concerned. Let me discuss some of its nice features. Let me first just secure the mount with this supporting strap, as I've done here, nice and solid. You'll notice that this arm can swing, as I mentioned earlier. So this gives one the option of bringing the camera right into the car if conditions are windy, and windy conditions, of course, causes your camera to vibrate, and this results in a shaky image. So you can bring your camera right into your car, sliding this mount as far as it'll go here. And you can also do the opposite. You can swing your camera out of the vehicle, and this helps if you want to focus on an animal, say, walking in the road in front of you. You can swing your camera out in such a way, and you can focus on objects in the road in front of you, and in fact even objects on the opposite side of the road, and you can film them from this position. So the maneuverability that this car door mount allows, I think, is its main strength. Of course, it is also rock solid. This moves not at all. There is no camera shake when mounted to this, and it's also fairly clear that since it's attached outside of the door, it does not interfere with the operation of the window. I can close the window here even with the strap on. So in summary, my experiences of the Gimpro door mount and the Eclair Eagle door mount is positive. I've enjoyed shooting with both. The video that I've managed to shoot has been very steady, and I'm very pleased with it. So I can certainly recommend both of these mounts